Okay, so we're in San Marino. It's day 2, and right now we are going to the Legends All-Star Seminar, and Dennis James is gonna be the MC. So we don't know what's gonna happen, but I'll make sure to record it so you guys see whatever comes down. So Dave's gonna be there, Rich Gaspari, Flex Wheeler, and Shawn Ray, the Guru George Farrah is gonna be there. Shawn Rhoden is here too, so stay tuned and let's see what goes down.
People look at my routines and say, wow, I was a great poser, but I was just a medium poser for my time when there was even greater posers, but we all took time to pose. I would spend hours in a posing room. I was talking over with Flex Wheeler how he would see me pose in that room for an hour, just a puddle of sweat, doing your mandatories, doing your routines. Guys don't do that anymore. They seem to pose, and I'm not saying all the pros today, but a lot of pros just go up on stage and they just hit they hit shots from side to side, and that's really not bodybuilding. What you want to really do is accentuate and show your body to its best.
Spread out across the world, and now you have there's a lot more participants in the sport. So I knew the guys I was competing against, and I modeled my career after the guys that were before me. I saw Marino, I saw Gaspari, I saw the competition coming up, and now you have guys that are turning pro from other countries. You don't see them until you're standing next to them on stage, so it's a little bit more harder to kind of measure what you want to look like. There's more coaches, there's more gurus, there's more hands in the pot trying to help you along the way. Back when I was coming up, we were all individually doing our own thing. And when you do it your own way, and you're doing it by yourself, you don't know what you have until you're standing on stage. And now you have people that can help you along the way, so it's a little bit different. There's more people involved in professional bodybuilding, helping the bodybuilder get to where they were. It was, like Richard said, simpler back in the day.
It wasn't Ronnie. It was actually what Chad did with Nasser and Paul Dillette that people don't remember. He's actually the one that changed the game. So it was actually Nasser who brought the size in first, because Nasser was the first one who started competing in the 270s. And I just came off of my car accident, so I just was looking for an edge. One of my first 4 pro shows, Shawn was there. I went and ate at a restaurant 5 times a day. And it was actually Shawn that said, man, you need to stop eating French fries. It was a week before the Arnold Classic in '93. And I was still eating French fries. He goes, man, you need to switch over to baked potatoes, but I didn't know. But he taught me that I needed to learn my own body to be able to convey to him what's going on, because we didn't live together, so I would send him photos. So what he actually taught me is I need to understand how my body's working so I can relay that to him to help him, instead of just being a blind robot where I just did, whatever he said. So he's the one who actually taught me I need to learn about my own calorie intake and how I feel after this meal, or how I feel after this session, so that I can relay that back to him, which actually taught me how to be able to be more in control of myself. And then he was just the all-seeing eye at the end of it.
And we would like to hear what you have to say about the 80s, the 90s, in the present time. If we take the top 5, we put them on stage, 5 in groups of 5s. In one show, who wins?
I was a big fan of the 90s because I grew up, just starting to compete in the 90s, and when I saw the '98 Olympia with Ronnie, Flex, Kevin, Nasser, Chris Cormier, that Olympia lineup was.
We got Shawn.
Shawn, right? I purposely left Shawn. And that Olympia lineup, to me, was one of the best of all time. I think some of the Dorian, era lineups were really good in the 90s as well, but I think that '98 one, to me, just blew my brain. So I would say that's the best of all time.
So, when it comes to the best bodybuilders, I still think, I think Lee Haney ended his career looking his best. Where Ronnie Coleman, although I think is one of the greatest bodybuilders, ended his career not at his best. But I still think when it comes to the best bodybuilders, Ronnie Coleman will probably stand from then and today and still beat everybody.
But when you look at the top 5, the 80s, the top guys in the 90s and the top guys now? Who wins the overall show?
I would agree with Palumbo saying, you know, the development of the guys from Chris Cormier to Ronnie Coleman to even Shawn Ray, how he changed his physique to, you know, Flex Wheeler. That's probably one of the best eras of bodybuilding, you know, even from today.
After what Palumbo said, not 98, in year 2000, 99, 2000, of course, because I turned pro in 2000. So year 2000 and on, from like the 99 to 2005, I think those top 5 were unbeatable. And I think from first Ronnie Coleman to all these gentlemen we mentioned, from Shawn to Flex to Chris Cormier, I mean, these guys just unbeatable, man. You
Well, now let me thank you then, because I'm one of the top 5 here too.
Well, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying, in any seminar or guest posing, I might be old in the face, but his body's 20. I'm just living a dream, man, to be honest with you. What I'm doing is just unbelievable. You know, I put all faith in God, so I'm just following His path. I'm gonna ride this thing until the wheels fall off. Is what they say, right? So I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing. I feel great. I don't have any injuries. I've never been injured. I've been training now for 28 years. So the whole thing is about training smart and knowing your body and getting with the right people in your corner, having the right people in your corner.
I know everyone who came here today, they wanted to hear, you know, great stories, but you also wanted to get great information. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, do not listen to anything that these guys tell you that they did. Nothing.